Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft. I'm the Mysterious JG. Haven't updated for a little bit. It's been like Christmas times and stuff. Don't know, experiencing a problem figuring out what frickin' mission I'm on because of the... I think I mistitled the video somewhere in my own internal playlists, but it's time for Into the Darkness. If I cut off this video suddenly without warning, it's because I'm hanging around like the week after Christmas when my family's going to have late Christmas due to people's schedules, blah, blah, blah. Parents could arrive coming back from where they're gone to at any time. In-laws and sibling are coming. They could show up. Boba the Vulture's asleep upstairs. If Boba wakes up and comes down, I probably can keep recording. Otherwise, this might get cut off suddenly, but I'm trying to sneak in videos where I can. Because you guys have been good. Nobody's been freaking out about the fact that there's been a few days between videos, but I'd like to keep this thing rolling. And let's roll into the darkness. Protoss command ship Gantrathor, low orbit over the planet Char.
Executor.
Hey, buddy.
I sense that Zeratul and his brethren are close by.
With our refugees packed in nice
I've
and
been unable
tight.
to make contact with them. I fear they may be in grave danger. We must scour this area immediately and find the Dark Templar, lest they be overcome by the Zerg.
Sounds pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot of description necessary. We fought our way to the front door of some Terran base or other, it looked like, and we think that the Dark Templar are in there, so I didn't remember to go, hey man, in time, but... Now, we had a huge force of dudes outside, including Happy Cloudmen, but for some reason, only Tassadar and his two zealots are allowed inside. I mean, it makes sense in gameplay terms. I had to start this mission somewhere. Story terms, not so much. So let's just keep going. We can use hallucination to make multiple holograms of a single unit.
Your will? For Adun.
Doesn't look like he can hallucinate himself.
Of course.
Yeah, the hallucinations, they can see. Excellent. So we can use them to scout. Oh, I need to... Yeah, my mouse was not scrolling the way I wanted it to. They only last a limited time. And they don't do damage to units. But they showed us exactly what was going on there.
I hear you. For Adun.
I hear and obey.
Your will?
Now, Tassadar used 100 of his psi on this, but he figured out exactly where the Zergling were for. And there go the Zergling.
How may I help? Yes, Executor?
I thought I had hotkeyed.
Yes, Executor? I hear you.
So these guys ought to be able to kill that Hydra, hopefully without taking any kind of permanent damage. Oh, there's more guys over here.
Honor guide me.
Run! No, don't! That wasn't good.
Yes, Executor?
Must I serve? I long for
Okay, luckily Tassadar has a lot of shields because
How may I help?
that wasn't exactly what I meant for it to happen, to accidentally... I don't even know what I clicked on that caused all that to go away, but I don't think I had anything... I don't think I had anything you weren't allowed to see on my desktop or anything like that, so that's fine. I'll have to check later. Make sure I didn't have, like, kitty porn open in another window or something, as I am wont to do. No, I'm not, folks. I'm just
Of course.
trying to think of the worst thing I could have open. The worst thing I could have open would probably be, like, bank statements. I did have a video fairly recently where I realized my email address came up, but then I realized in a previous video my email address had come up, and I don't want to describe how and why my email address is visible because it would tip people off on where to go looking for it, but I don't go around putting my actual email address out there, really. Hey, Terrans.
Terry Claw.
How may I help?
I'm not going to go talk to the Terrans yet. I want the Zealots to be with Tassadar, just in case they're hostile. Can't think why they would be, but if they're hostile... Oh boy, no, 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 no.
Must I serve?
Okay.
For Adun.
That was an infested No! I thought we'd lost you.
Thus I serve. For
No.
Adun.
Zealots.
Honor guide me.
Too valuable to lose here. Yeah, you see that? Fudge. That was bad. I'd really much rather use the... Got 9 hit points left. He had full shields. He came out of that with 9 hit points
I
left.
long for combat. Honor guide
That's like
me.
borderline makes me want to start over. You want to kill them with, I'm guessing with Psionic Storm.
How may I help?
Well, you probably want to stay behind
will?
until we know what's going on.
Tarakala!
Terrans Kala.
Shall be done.
Mind if we tag along?
Yes, Executor?
Yes, Terran Executor, I do mind.
I hear you. For Adun. It shall be done.
So at this point, if I'm going to... Not that I can replace them and that their resource cost really matters, but...
For Adun.
Yeah, it sucks. I was going to say, I'd much rather lose one of the Marines than one of the Zealots. I don't have a lot of Zealots to spare.
For Adun. Tarakala!
Thus I serve.
I just got freaking trapped there.
Give me some of this
Yes, Executor?
It's really tempting to start over now, but... And was there any... No good came of finding that
Tarakala!
infested Terran. Well, here's more
It
Terrans.
shall be done.
Mind if we tag along?
Terran
Of
Kala!
course.
Mummy's alive! Unlike
For
you.
Adun. It shall be done.
As long as I keep finding big swaths of Terran everywhere I go, that's probably alright that I lost a Zealot, but...
For Adun.
If I'm on kind of a timetable, I want to finish this before people start showing up, so I don't want to
Of course.
start over. But man, it's tempting. I probably would have started over if I wasn't recording this. But like, what? I lost the Zealot already? That sucks. No, just I want the Zealot to go away. I don't want the Zealot to be engaging stuff with the enemy. I'm not taking advantage of
May I
Tassadar's
help?
awesome powers like I'm supposed to either. That's part of my problem here.
It shall be done.
So he's already got 11
How
kills,
may I help?
even though most have been ignoring his awesome power.
Shall
Oh,
be
shot.
done.
Okay, well, Tassadar's been killed. I didn't realize it was, I figured he'd be able to survive one shot from those guys, but yeah. I was debating whether or not I should start over. I can now see. I killed 21 of the 99 white Zerg and 3 of the 61 purple Zerg. So there's a lot of Zerg left. I really cannot afford to take losses, like, at all. Well, I know one thing we can do.
What battle calls?
Yes, Executor?
One thing we can do
I hear you.
is send a hallucination. Aha, yeah, why wasn't I doing this?
How may
I can
help?
send hallucinations ahead to destroy,
Of course. It shall be done.
Okay, so that was a
Of course.
complete waste. I thought there were Zerglings that... Oh no, we have to come down one more intersection.
Honor
Yes,
guide me.
Executor? I hear
Sadly, Tassadar does not have the option of consuming one of his zealots to get more energy like a Defiler would
you.
have.
Tarakala! Of course.
But I can use hallucination on somebody, make them charge up to Infested Terran, and the Infested Terran will blow itself up to kill the hallucination.
For Adun. It shall be done. How may I help? How may I help?
Come on up here. That's a good Hydra.
It shall be done. How may I help?
but I don't have enough left. It bothers me to leave that one asshole alive, but
Yes, Executor?
I long for combat. She house.
I don't really have enough
Thus I serve.
energy to go do what I need to do to capture it.
Thus I serve. Honor guide me.
Mind if we tag along?
So the humans are happy to tag along. That's nice.
How may I help?
I long for combat.
I hear you.
Tassadar is
I hear you.
the great hero of this game, who, you know, isn't a Rainer, I suppose.
How may I help?
So I guess what you're really supposed to do, well, I'll go ahead and show off hallucination and how to use it against those suicide dudes. But what you're really supposed to do is use hallucination on units, have the hallucinations charge in first, have your real units charge in right behind, so that the computer will lock on to the hallucination units as their targets and waste a lot of their fire on them. I don't generally bother to
It
use
shall be done.
She house.
that against...
Honor guide me. She
well, you know what, let's just use you, and we'll keep hallucination in
Honor
reserve.
guide me.
They have a finite lifespan. It's that little purple thing that's running down there.
For Hadun. Kola. For Hadun.
And that one actually just stood there watching before he attacked. That was kind of surprising. What happened to the other hallucination? Here it is.
I long for combat.
Yes, Executor?
Thou calls.
I hear you.
Well, I still managed to get a Marine killed, but
Kola. Thus I serve.
May I help?
Thou calls. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I guess that probably bought a few seconds, but
I
no,
hear you.
that wasn't perfectly
Shall be
executed,
done.
really. Lost a Marine.
For
I used
Adun.
my hallucinations better. I probably could have preserved a Marine, but
It shall be done.
Give me something to shoot. Mind if we tag along?
mind if we shoot you?
Yes, Executor?
I would rather you didn't
For
shoot the
Adun.
Executor.
Jacked up and good to go.
I hear you.
Okay.
Of course.
So probably if I want to keep this thing rolling and don't want to stop after every encounter to wait for Tassadar's energy to recover, I should concentrate on using hallucination rather than psionic storm. Although I like psionic storm, and I don't really use hallucination much generally. But we're gonna need a
I long
blast of heat hallucination
Yes,
to deal with
Executor.
the.
Of course.
You really just kind of need to know where the infested Terrans are.
I hear you.
Oh crap! I didn't realize that we were going to trigger him just by being that close.
Yes, Executor? For
Infested
Adun.
Terrans are easily the most irritating part of this mission. So I lost one of my zealots, which means I'm down to one. This is bad. This is pretty bad.
Rock and roll.
The zealots and Tassadar are fully upgraded, but still one suicide bomber is enough to take him out.
Rock and roll.
And
Go, go. Outstanding.
there's a man outstanding in this field.
Outstanding. Rock and roll.
The big thing is
Your will?
making sure that I don't
For
get
Adun.
surprised. Well, hold on.
Torakala.
Use a silent storm on them.
Executor?
Big thing is making sure I don't get surprised by suicide guys.
Torakala.
I apparently missed them completely.
Your will? For Adun.
Yeah, they went all the way back to their starting position. I thought they might have settled somewhere between there and where we stopped them. And this is foolish. There was no reason for me to come kill these guys. I'm just obsessed with clearing the level.
Your will?
This is the final dungeon crawl mission for this game. Presumably, it's therefore supposed to be the most difficult.
Of course.
The only reason to explore every nook and cranny of the place is if you're on the lookout for more Terrans that you can put in your force.
Of course. It shall be done.
Now, when I find lots of Terran corpses, I don't know if that means I should be expecting to find Terran survivors.
Of course.
I'm pretty sure there's a suicide guy down here somewhere.
For Adun. It shall be done.
Either way, I'm getting awfully far away from the rest of my force.
Your will?
What battle calls?
I hear you. Your will?
But I want to make sure I collect all the Terrans, so like,
Yes, Executor.
gotta catch them all, Terran guys.
I hear you. How may I help?
I long for combat.
But every time I find them, I start losing more Marines. Maybe this is going to end up being a failure video. I do have only so much time to do this.
Of course. How may I help? Yes, Executor. How may I help?
And anytime I send him ahead,
Adun.
I risk the first thing that pops up being a infested Terran.
For Adun. Tarakala. How may I help? Yes, Executor. I hear you. Tarakala.
I hear you,
It shall be done. How
Executor.
may I help?
I got
I
this.
hear you.
Teleportation field active.
Hey, Protoss reinforcements. That is what I'm talking about. Protoss reinforcements can take a lot more damage than these Marines that we're finding.
Commencing. Mitora.
Your will? Yes, Executor. For Adun.
Alright, so that was worth it. What about coming up here?
Of course.
Will this be worth it, or will this be a disaster? Either way, I think this path down here, where I'm got my pointer at, is where we got to go. So it's probably a good idea to not have had Tassadar going up there all by his lonesome.
Yes, Executor.
I long for combat.
Big little peek.
Go, Kola. Honor guide me. Go, Kola.
See, those suicide Terrans have... okay, that's the beacon. I thought for a minute my
Yes, Executor.
Dragoon couldn't get up here, which would have been annoying. And not
I hear you.
altogether surprising.
Colossus. Initiating
Oh crap.
vengeance.
Yes, Executor.
Just get out of there, you guys. Yeah. I don't think there's any reason to kill these guys, but it would be a lot of fun kills for
I hear
Tassadar.
you.
I am needed.
Your will? Of course. For Adun. Tarakala.
Is that getting too close?
How may I help?
Wow, that's still a lot of dudes.
Your will?
Yeah. So probably less dangerous overall than like two Terran suicide guys would have been, but still not something you want Tassadar running into by himself.
I hear you.
I think I could probably save at this point just in case I screw up. Obviously, things could have gone better so far than they have. Memory serves, I should run into some of the mysterious and awesome, much bigger deal in this game than they are in the follow-up games where they become a regular unit. You can just build Dark Templar, and having them in your force actually helps.
Did you hear that?
Oh, I see. They didn't come out when it was just Tassadar. But there were guys burrowed who they're going to wait till you had Marines with you before they popped out. I don't really get
How
it.
may I help?
Executive.
For Adun. Tarakala.
So I just saved, which means
For Adun.
now I need to find a Terran suicide guide to make it so that it was worthwhile to save.
For Adun.
And I thought that was one for a second.
Tarakala.
Problem with the Terran suicide guys too is
For Adun.
it seems like you have to get fairly close to aggro them sometimes, but other times it seems like they can
It shall be done.
zoom in on you from really far away. I think there must be
Your will.
a bunch of guys who are going to unburrow there and attack them. So that's a hunch I have when you get that many allies together, because they never give you that many allies without a string attached. So I want to have all my dudes together to help out with that when it happens.
Commander.
Yes, Executor?
Yeah. What do you know? Should I have used Psionic Storm at some point? Perhaps.
Your will?
Your will to recall.
I hear you. Your will?
Okay, so that went
Tarakala.
fairly well, I guess.
For Adun.
Commander. Give me something to shoot.
I hear you.
She house.
I hear you. How may I help? Tarakala.
How may I help Dracula? Dracula's a friend of mine. I don't want to leave him in the
It
lurch.
shall be done. For Adun.
Ah!
Tarakala. Of course.
We'll help your
How
guys.
may I help? Yes, Executor? Tarakala.
I guess this whole hangar's just full of Zergling. I need to accept that and stop expecting to find any alternate interesting surprises.
How may I help? Your will?
So the smart thing to do there would be to get these guys, then pull out as fast as possible.
Yes, Executor?
And I have more
For
forces on
Adun.
my side at this point if I had done that. As it is, most of my
Yes, Executor?
Protoss forces are
Up in good
pretty good shape. That's really all you can ask for here. The Marines are sadly kind of like sacrificial lambs. Because what happens when you get out of the base and you got a bunch of Terran Marines on your side? I mean, the Protoss are just going to leave them on char because they're assholes. There's got to be
I hear you.
suicide guys, I'm thinking.
Of course.
Did I just save? I think I
Your
just saved.
will.
I meant to save. Oh, there's
I hear you.
cannons and stuff.
Your will?
There's suicide guys.
Executor? How may I help?
What are you doing? I didn't tell you to do that, but whatever. I saved me using hallucination, I guess.
Your will?
Just threw away his... I mean, I didn't even throw him away. I ordered everyone back, and then several seconds after I'd ordered everyone back before aggroing, and one of the guys was on their own was like, you know what?
I hear
I'm
you.
going to come over here and have a little walk-see around.
What's that?
What was that? Wow, they killed... Oh, there was a suicide guy that unburrowed, and they killed him before he could suicide, which was very nice. I think I'm going to save that, even though I lost a Zealot recently.
How may I help?
Actually, wow, I lost more guys than I realized I did. I probably shouldn't have saved that.
Of course.
But I no longer need 2 hotkeys to move my whole group.
For Adun. Tarakala.
No,
Your will.
no, run,
It shall be done.
run. Screw it. I'm loading. Screw that.
I hear you. Tarakala.
Protoss. Transmitted.
You know what? One of you is going ahead this way. The other one's going ahead this way. You'll never freaking walk properly anyway. Hey, let's see if you can find any nice suicide guys to kill us. Because hallucinations have finite lifespan. There we go. Textbook. That's how it's supposed to be done. You guys learning? What I was getting ready to say was that the hallucinations of a guilty mind, they seem to... They've got a finite lifespan. They'll just disappear on their own. They attack, but their attacks don't do damage. So the Protoss computer will sometimes really freak you out by casting hallucination, possibly even having multiple... what do you call those? Templars cast hallucination on multiple carriers. So it'll look like you've got like 30 carriers coming after you, and you've really got like 10. 10 carriers is enough to kill you easily, but
It shall be done.
not as bad as 30. But then it's weird because it does appear to take... They absorb just as much damage as a real one would before they're destroyed. Ah, jeez, man. You guys are really
How may I help?
not skimping on this.
Your will? Tarakala!
That's why it can be useful to use hallucination on a unit like the Dragoon that has more hit points and staying power, instead of just using it on a Marine wouldn't be as useful. Can you not get up the stairs? Get up the stairs, man. The fuck is wrong with you? Alright, well, it's gonna run out of life expectancy, but if it won't go up the stairs, then we'll try to get it. Just gotta head up on this path. Meantime, this guy took a little bit of damage somewhere. Can he go up there? He can. Why can't the hallucination? I think the hallucination can. It just didn't. What the hell? Get up there. Got to get some other guys up there first to show him. Like, once he can see the path, he'll be able to navigate it. Dragoons have horrible pathing. He is going to disappear before he actually gets anything useful accomplished. But maybe the Dragoon really can't make it. I'm going to see the sad death of hallucination. He had revealed whatever's going on over here.
Tarakala! Of course. For Adun. Tarakala! It shall be done.
Okay, so it looks like we have to...
I hear
Oh, this guy's in part of Group 4 for some reason.
Commander.
How may I help?
Looks like we have to go up through that whole area that I was scouting with Hallucination Dragoon that died. And it looks like the Dragoons can't climb the stairs. So there's only so much point in taking really good care of that one Dragoon, because
Rock and roll.
it looks like we're going to lose him.
Awaiting instructions.
Wishing you would stop making fun of me because I can't climb the stairs.
Your will?
I'm a Dalek.
Of course.
I'm all powerful and cool and stuff, but I can't climb stairs. Now the Dalek's able to chase the 7th Doctor up some stairs in remembrance of the Daleks, but I didn't see that episode until I'd read about how awesome that moment is, and I guess having it I would have been pretty awesome at the time if I'd didn't see it coming, but a Dalek was like glowing with flight power and flies upstairs, and they don't beat the joke to death like they do in the
Yes, Executor?
whichever Eccleston episode it is where that happens.
What battle calls?
Mentaro,
For
me,
Adun.
because I'm
Thus I serve.
my name's a Dune. I'm a Protoss dude.
For Adun.
I'm a dude.
Yes, Executor?
I feel like saving tonight. Like saving tonight. Saving tonight.
Your will?
Terry.
Tarakala! Yes,
Alright, let's get out of the way and give these guys some room.
Sakaladas. Galasas. Transmitted.
Okay, nothing going on over here, apparently.
Transmitted. Lock party. Initiated. Lock party. Transmitted. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. For vengeance.
Obviously, these guys are about
How may I help?
finding suicide warriors primarily, but if they don't find suicide warriors, they can still be
Yes,
useful
Executor?
in distracting enemy fire. Although in this case, he's going to get killed before my guys get here, so he didn't really help.
Yes, Executor?
But that's not his fault. That was my crappy tactics.
It shall be done.
And I unlocked the door.
Of course. Your will? Of course.
And I did it without losing this Dragoon, which I really should have sent in. If I'd been thinking, right after the hallucinations, it should have gone in, because it appears that it's going to be useless to me once I get to those stairs again. And I might have been wrong about the fact that you actually find the super badass Dark Templar before the mission's over, because there's really not that much map left. So unless we open up a whole new map area, which one of the dungeon crawl missions in Starcraft 2 did that. You finish it, and then it turns out it's a multi-part dungeon crawl. Warcraft 3 did that too. It pissed me off. I was like, no, I thought I was done with this shit. I thought I was ready to go back to this real-time strategy game I thought I had purchased. Because yes, JG is complaining bitterly about variety in gameplay. It's like, this is not freaking top secret episode for the NES. I didn't... NES games, they used to try to throw like a little driving simulator stretch, a little side-scrolling stretch, a little flight stretch, like, you know, try to give you different stuff. The first-person shooting stretch, etc. Oh, it's so sad. Deaf Cousin Chewie, it's so sad. Alright, just
How may I
stop
help?
getting in other people's way then.
Of course.
So I'm thinking it's going to be like Suicide Warrior City down here, so...
Commencing.
Definitely be time to save.
Yes, Executor?
What battle calls? I long for combat.
How may I help?
Now, if I wait a little bit, I could have 100 do 2 sets of hallucinations. I could have 4 hallucination guys run ahead of us. But it might be more valuable to use the hallucination guys to find out where would be a good place for Sonic Storm. Now I'm so close to having enough for 2 hallucinations, I just feel like doing it.
For Adun.
Not enough energy.
Oh, oops, that was at 90.
Isatsu. Honor guide
Oh, well, I can
me.
see right now that I needed to do Psionic Storm here. But actually, I probably don't need to do Psionic Storm now because the Suicide guys blow up their own allies
Yes,
too.
Executor?
It's pretty cool.
How may I help?
Honor guide me, Tricolour, and all that.
Your will? Of course.
I long for combat. What battle calls? I long for combat. Thus I serve. Honor guide me.
Sure do, sir. Oh crap, this would be a nice spot for Sonic Storm, although it might be a nice spot to avoid if it turns out you don't need to go there.
I long for combat.
Ghost reporting.
We even got a ghost who's reporting.
I'm here. I'm all over it.
How may I help?
Oh, I don't have enough for Sonic Storm.
Ghost reporting.
Be really nice if you had a nuke. Not that you could really use nukes in a
Yes, Executor?
sensible way in one of these indoor missions, but
I hear that. Never know what
I'm all over it. Never
Oh,
know
shit.
what hit 'em.
Looks like they're attacking us anyway.
Will?
Yeah, it would have been really good idea to wait until I had psionic storm energy before finding out about these guys, period. That suicide guy is just gonna blow up suicide guy. Just do it. Okay, we killed him without him just blowing up. And you're still alive.
Finally.
So you can scout ahead. Alright, that could have gone a lot worse. Because the suicide guy didn't trigger. Probably because he kept getting tied up in spots where he would have blown up his own allies.
Never know what hit
You
'em.
even destroy your own enemies. Well, that's kind of how it works,
I
Emperor.
hear that.
Okay, so that went okay.
I'm gone.
I'm thinking these rooms were probably just where the Zerg were, and
I'm all over
that for the swarm thing was them being triggered.
gone. Never know what hit 'em.
This door's locked.
I'm all over it. Never know what hit 'em.
I didn't even get to go saying, mind if I tag along?
I'm all over it.
You won't even know I'm here.
Never know what hit 'em.
Get it? He's a ghost.
over it.
He's cloaked. I won't bother you, Protoss. You won't even know I'm here.
How may I help?
Turkala.
Will?
And this is, of those guys we found in the other room, these were the ones who survived that.
Let's burn.
Ghost report.
Getting him in there first. Although I think we just won, so.
I'm gone.
Hey. Invisible warriors. Inviso.
Greetings, Dark One.
Hey, buddy.
I have come to bring you home.
I mean, hey, man.
Greetings to you, mighty Tazadar.
You have a throat
I
lozenge.
knew that you would not forsake us. For in the time that you have spent with us, you have learned to value our ways and our methods.
Our great
You have
low
learned
prices.
to channel our dark power, as well as that of your masters. And thus you alone have found completeness beyond the scope of the Kala.
You flatter me.
I fear that the Conclave, in its pride, could never bring itself to welcome outcasts such as we.
Outcasts though you may be, it is your vision and courage that may yet save our homeworld from the swarm.
Oh, it was all Jim Raynor,
I
too.
beg of you, Zeratul, return with us to Ire. Though they are petty and have in ignorance cursed your kind for generations, help me save our people.
Since our banishment long ago, we have never failed in our responsibility to Ire.
What was that responsibility
Though
exactly?
It shall cause us great pain to see our homeland once more. We shall return with you, Tazadar. We will do what we can.
And then, Jim Raynor's going to show up at some point, too, right? 'Cause it seemed to me like he was with you for some reason. Yeah, that was a pretty dramatic speech out of the Protoss there at the end. We killed more Zerg units than they even produced. That was pretty good. Somewhere we missed a cluster of purple dudes. There's probably like 6 burrowed Zerglings somewhere that would, you know, Tassadar had to go by, or a Marine. Like, it seemed like Tassadar went by and Zerg units didn't unburrow. So at some point we were supposed to, I don't know, whatever unit had to scroll by to get them to unburrow didn't. So a couple of Zergling got out. But overall, that was, I'd say, pretty successful. A little bit of saving and loading, but hey, that's freaking dungeon crawl missions. Same rules don't apply. Meanwhile, it's Homeland. But we'll have to do that next time, folks. Greetings, everybody's. What's up, dudes? Homeland will be next time. Because this time, we're done. So, it's the Mysterious JG. We had a little side trip to Char to go give General Duke a bloody nose, and, did we rescue Jim Raynor? Yeah, we rescued Jim Raynor when we went to the orbital platforms to get Tassadar. So we got Tassadar, we got Zeratul. He hasn't done much recently, but Jungle Jimmy's on our side. We've gathered the named heroes of this game, you know, obviously other than like Kerrigan. And And I guess now that we're back on the Protoss homeworld, I can only assume that on our next mission, we're going to be ready to start fighting the Zerg. Not that we haven't been doing that recently, but the last couple of missions have all been against Zerg. But we're going to fight the Zerg on Ire, where we should be fighting them, to try to retake the Protoss homeworld. Because I think beating up the Zerg on Char really isn't accomplishing much of anything. But we'll see, folks. We'll see. We've been given plenty of warnings that... sorry. Zertul, now that you've joined us, everything's going to be sweet.
My friend, I'm glad that you think so, but I think that your friends in the Conclave are a bunch of assholes and they're not going to listen.
Don't you worry about that. I'll take care of those douchebags. So there might be some missions against the Conclave douche nozzles. We haven't had Protoss on Protoss action. I'm thinking we'll probably need to see some of that before this is over. We haven't had Protoss on Terran action either, so I shouldn't say that. Who knows what's going to be left to happen in this campaign before it's over. But this campaign may not be over, but it's most of the way over. Mission 7, so we'll have 7 left, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll be done with Starcraft. This is the we'll have to go on to Brood War. And if people want to see it, I can do some Starcraft 2 after that, probably. Although I'm sure there's a lot of other choices for your Starcraft 2 needs, including just going out and playing the game. But if you could do that with this game too, folks. You've got so many options, it makes me kind of sick. Makes Stone Cold sick. You with your little options, you're pathetic. Anyway, folks, you are pathetic, but you're also my loyal viewer, so I love you very much. And when we come back, folks, we're going to hit the homeland with Reavers and carriers and all sorts of stuff. This is Mysterious GG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.